2020 actually is a great year for motor company around the globe, and especially here in the Middle East. We kept increasing further and further our market share in the most important market for Ford, in the US, in Europe, and here in the Middle East, where we finished the year at closing the market share close to 8% in the GC market. And obviously all this improvement are the more and more customers are realizing how much Ford are offering them value in our product, and are offering and realizing also that we are, based on the experts like J.D. Power Association and others, that we are #1 now in the world in terms of quality, are among the non-luxury brands, and this is based on the last research J.D. Power did. We are also continue to be #1 in safety for almost 10 years in a row, and very importantly on the technology side, all our innovations is adding a lot of value to our product, making them smarter and more efficient the way we drive them and the way we use them. That's why we finished the year in a very good profitability, almost $6.6 billion profit in 2010, and most importantly, every entity for Ford around the globe ended the year with profit. This, in our mind, this basically gonna continue in more intensity in 2011, knowing that the best of our product is yet to come. We just started the year with the launch of Edge. Taurus continue the huge success, and we're going to be launching in the second half of the year an array of new products, starting with the Ford Figo from India. We're competing for the first time in the low entry segment, which is a very competitive segment. Then we're going to have the all-new Explorer, which we think is going to be a hit. In addition to having the Focus, the all-new Focus to be launched by the end of the year. This is only on the Ford brand side, and all of these products that I mentioned, obviously, most of them are leading in their segments. So that's how 2011 for us is going to be a very good year, and we're going to get very close to the 10% market share, which we consider is our fair market share here in the GC markets. Definitely the year, as you can see, started with some turmoil, especially in North Africa, which we don't cover it out of. When I say Middle East, we're talking about GC market, Iraq and the Levant. How much is going to affect the business? The business is solid. We have great products, like I mentioned. More and more people are realizing and they're considering Ford as their choice for cars going forward. Saudi, UAE market, most important market for us, are very stable economically and socially. So we think things gonna go from strength to strength in the industry, and especially for us as we improve our business and as our dealers investing in $100 billion in new facilities, sales and after sales, and in training and recruiting the best basically manpower in the industry. Our dealers, especially in Saudi and UAE, are investing basically a lot of money and efforts and time into expanding their network. These are a very important market for us, but also at the same time we are launching new dealers in Iraq, and our even small dealers like in Qatar and in Jordan are investing also in the same thing, in the new improved management, highly trained employees, and in new facilities. So it's Saudi, it's UAE, it's Qatar, it's Iraq. Two dealers in Iraq, and we may end up with a third one. We'll see how the business is going, but Iraq is a very promising market, and we want to create the right business model. We are actually appointing dealers in each region. Okay. The north, the middle, and the South. We're going to be appointing each region in order for him to focus his effort and on this specific region, to be an expert in it, to invest in it heavily in order to maximize our leadership dealt with the whole thing. As you can see, since 4 or 5 years, all our focus is now on the Ford brand. Okay, and that's why every other brand we have, basically, and we actually acquired in the past 20 years, we basically slowly by slowly we focused on Ford. At the same time, that's what we're going to be doing with Lincoln, and that's why Mercury was in between Ford and Lincoln, and we decided to let go the Mercury brand so we can put all our efforts and concentration and all our resources on the Ford brand and on the Lincoln brand. Lincoln brand, yes, you're going to see more and more product, more and more focus on this brand. We're going to end up maybe with 8 products going forward for Lincoln. We're going to have a small car, and definitely a lot of attention going to be put on the Lincoln brand, like we also were doing on the Ford brand lately.
So is Lincoln going to be promoted as your premium luxury?
Yes, it is our premium luxury. Obviously, currently it's the US and Canada, and we benefit here in the Middle East, where out of the few places around the globe we have Lincoln. We're going to be concentrating on these markets till later. We'll see how the Lincoln brand will develop. Okay. But the focus obviously going to be North America and the Middle East. We're currently very well in every GC market. We are growing our market share in Saudi. It's exceeding now 8%. In Kuwait, it's almost 10%. In the UAE, we are growing steadily. We're getting 6% or more. And the other markets like Oman, Bahrain, and Qatar, definitely we're gonna be putting a lot of attention on these markets to push them in order to get close to the market share that we really want in this GC market, which is 10%.
So that will be the aim for 2011?
Yes. Okay. 2011, if we don't get the 10% in each market, we're going to get close to it. But we will be close to 10% market share in the GC in 2011. I think exceed, in my opinion, and because there is nothing really, but it should be around 750,000 units. So we should be doing around 70 to 75,000 units in the GC market in 2011 to do it. Okay. And if we don't do it in 2011, we're going to get very close to it, but we'll do it definitely in 2012. But we are on the right track. We started the year very strong, and we have all our products I mentioned, which are going to put us, if not at 10%, very close to 10%.
Yes, because
I mean, we are obviously from the leading manufacturers in terms of hybrid in the US, Fusion, Escape. We are in very big electrical cars like a Focus Electric in Europe. Here, it's all about the consumer, basically, attitude and behavior. I mean, if he wants electric car from Europe, we can get it. If he wants hybrid car from the US, we can get it. But what we learned here, and we have the right answer, we're the only one having the right answer, the consumer in the GC doesn't want to jeopardize the performance of the car. So you want both. Okay, give me lower CO2 emission, but give me performance. Because usually have an electric, you lose the performance. And that's what we did with the EcoBoost engine. EcoBoost engine, it did a revolution in the automotive industry. Okay, it's a, for example, 4-cylinder give you the performance of V6. The V6 engine give you the performance of V8 with 25% less CO2 emission, with 25% less fuel economy, battery fuel economy. So the EcoBoost engine will do very well, and that's we start to see a demand on it. And we have now 4 products. We just introduced 3, and now a 4th one coming. And by 2012, we're going to have a lot of products with the EcoBoost engine introduced in the Middle East.
Okay. So do we have a time frame for introduction of hybrids in the region?
Hybrid, if there is demand, like we had in Jordan demand, we brought them hybrid.
Okay.
If there is a demand from the consumer, yes, it's there for us. Okay. However, the demand here is on lower CO2 emission,
no, I agree,
but on performance.
I agree.
We have the
it's just that as of now, you don't have any plans for the hybrid for the region.
We have it.
Okay.
We have it, but there is no demand for it.
Okay.
But
unlike the US, for example, very high demand on it. Yeah. Taurus 6.
Yes.
We have the Flex.
Flex. Okay.
We have the MKT.
Okay.
Uh,
And which is coming?
and these are basically the three. And we're gonna have many products coming in the future with it. The Explorer will have hopefully in the future a 2-cylinder, a 4-cylinder, 2.0 EcoBoost engine, because it's all turbocharged. And we will have many Lincoln products. Sorry, you have the MK. On next year, 2012, we'll have hopefully the Explorer, the 4-liter, and obviously the hybrid comes at a cost. The engine hybrid is by far more expensive than the non-hybrid. Same thing on electrical. So it depends on the fleet customers that are willing to basically sacrifice basically the cost, the money at the expense of the environment, which we would love to see going forward in the region. As being we are promoting, helping and protecting the environment here.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.